Questions for just the student athletes. We'll dismiss the student athletes and we'll take questions for Coach Jack. Please make sure you raise your hand. I'll call on you for your question. Coach Jack, raise your hand.
What a special day, you know. Her name is Celia Leggett, and there's so many people out there that's dealing with what Celia Leggett is going through. She's dealing with Alzheimer's. She's my mother, and today is always a hard day. Try not to think about it. I didn't even want to wear purple, and so this little thing here I got right here just to bring attention somewhat to it. She's the reason why I breathe. She's the reason why I became. She's the reason why I continue. And I know that there's so many others who's going through the toughness of the memory being lost. And I just want to thank all the people that work for the patients, like my mom, to help them through their days, to give them dignity in moments of no return. So I salute all the people that work with them. But today was even more special with DeAsia Fair. Someone said that she was 5'4", and we forgot to measure her heart. She came to me as a young lady that just ran up and down the floor, and now she's evolved into an amazing woman who understands the assignment of giving it your best effort, and whatever that is becomes who you are. And when there's no ceilings, you know, the sky is the limit, and boy, does she continue, and she continues to reach the sky. 16 people ahead of her in the entire game of women's basketball ahead of her. That's it. That's it. Only person in Syracuse history to score 3,000 points. She's the only one. And my hope is that we get out and watch her play and see her do her thing and see us do our thing. But if you don't, one thing that we talk about for the last 5 years, we just keep our head down and we tend to the sheep and we continue to do God's work, and He will glorify Him in the way that we can. And if others want to witness it, that'll be their choice. Love what our bigs did today. I love what Georgia did. Georgia is a most incredible defensive, energetic, enthusiastic player that I've come to meet. And I told her she's the toughest player I ever coached. And you guys see why I say that every single day. The pass that this young lady caught down the stretch from this 3,000-plus young lady right here, a freshman doesn't catch that. A great player do. And we got a team that's building something real special, and I asked our Orange community to join us as we grow this program, and we'll continue on until you're ready to join us.
Deja, what does this 3,000 points mean to you?
I have a lot of thoughts right now, so like the one thing that I could say is it's unbelievable. You know, I've been told just recently that I need to start to celebrate myself, and that's what I'm going to do.
We're going to go to the club together? Oh. Just kidding. But you know where I live, right?
Alyssa, what was going through your mind kind of when you got that pass from DeAsia in that last possession?
I think what really led to that was just staying ready the whole game, doing the little things, staying focused, staying composed, because you never know when it's going to be your turn. So I feel like once I just stay ready, stay composed, stay in the game, that's just what happened. And I was there for my teammate.
Deja, it looked like when you hit the three at the end of the third quarter, like you just like seemed like super relieved. And I wondered if you felt pressure of the milestone moment, and if that was like a big moment for you and sort of shrugging it off.
It was a bit of a struggle for me in the first half, and I just, you know, kept going forward, kept trying, and, you know, whatever my best effort was, that's what it would have resulted in. But when I hit that shot, it just allowed me to drop my shoulders. You know, I got a little tense in the first half, but when that shot went down, it just allowed me to breathe a little bit more.
I guess another question for Alyssa. You and Kyra kind of in the second half just felt like attacking every miss, especially in the offensive glass. What is your kind of connection like with her, especially when you're attacking the offensive glass and there's a couple big admins down the stretch?
It's just knowing, like, I got your back. I know, like, okay, if I can get this rebound, Kyra gonna get it. If I'm not here, I'm gonna get it. So it's really just it's kind of like a psychological thing. We don't really have to say anything. It just happens.
Georgia, you've played with Deasia at multiple schools now. Are there any moments or one moment in particular that sticks out to you on her route to 3,000 points as one of your favorites?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite. It's just each and every day it's not even a surprise. Like, I expect it. It's like, I'm like, I don't know how she makes the shot she makes. She's a phenomenal player, and just all credit to her. She's put in all the work to be who she is, and yeah, she didn't have the best first half, but she still had that confidence and was able to come out there and have 21 points. I think she had like 2 in the first half, and she hit that shot, and we knew that we needed Deasia to win that game, and we feed a lot through her, and she always steps up, and that's credit to her.
Deasia, I think the idea that we need to stop and celebrate ourselves is like a really deep thought. Would you mind sharing like who told you that and like in what context it sort of came up where somebody recognized that?
Yeah, so over Christmas break, we went home for a few days, and, you know, we start to play on Sundays, and that means that I can't go to church because I'm playing. So I went to church when we were home, and my pastor spoke to me, and he told me that, you know, that's what I need to do. And, you know, success, you know, it sometimes get lonely, and he told me that no matter what, to just stop, and, you know, it's okay to just like pat yourself on the back and celebrate yourself. So that's where it came from, and I needed that.
Still coming with you, though. You can try. Next question.
Deasia, how important is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Every time I come, your family's around. From UB to Syracuse, they're always here. How important was it to play close enough to home to where you can have a support system like that?
It's really important, you know, like not everyone gets to have that, you know, that luxury. But for me, you know, I'm big on family, and having them behind me every step of the way throughout my college career has been something that I'll never forget.
Georgia, it felt like that defensive mentality kind of switched for you guys in the second half, but you always seem to be full pedal to the metal in that full court press. What kind of change defensively did you see in the second half that just worked so well for you guys?
I think we just fed really well off each other. It was just all the 1% plays. Like, Liz would bring down a big rebound, and it's just those sort of energy things that gives us energy in each area of the court. It came into our offense, and I think just little 1%ers, and everyone was doing them. And once we start doing those sort of things, we're really good.
Georgia, you had a 19-point comeback here today. I think that kind of gets overshadowed with everything that's going on here, but once Deasia got that record, how important was it to actually come out with the win?
Yeah, Deasia can't get 3,000 points and we not win. So I think everyone was kind of like, okay, like, come on. So, you know, yeah, everyone stayed ready, and I think that's what was important. I might not have played the last 6 minutes of the game, but Kennedy stepped up. Sophie came out really well there. Kyra, who hadn't played much in the first half, came in with 2 big and won some big rebounds. Alyssa stepped up. Everyone did their part, and we're all just stay locked in, and whoever's time it is, whoever's time it is. And I think it was just a good team win in that way.
Deasia, I got a chance to just talk to your dad, and I asked him if he would have ever thought at the beginning of your college career that this is a day that would have come for you, 3,000 points. And he gave me a hell yeah. Like, he totally would have expected it. And so for you, would you have ever thought that this would happen at the beginning of college?
No, honestly. Before getting to this level, everyone doubted me. Everyone doubted my size. Everyone doubted me entirely because of how small I am. But I've always said I didn't care, and I just, as Coach always said, kept my head down, and was true to myself, and, you know, kept my faith in what I believe in and how I was raised, and just here I am.
So Deasia, you know, today with a 19-point comeback, you know, how much more did it mean that you guys got that W, even though, you know, it looked a little bit bleak for a while there, and then, you know, in the middle of that fourth quarter with you getting that record, and you and your
your teammates helping get that win. How much more did it mean to have that significant moment paired with such a significant comeback today?
It all ties into one thing, and as Coach spoke earlier about it being Alzheimer's Day for us, and with her mother being someone who, battles with that, it was something that I had to, snap out of after the first half and just do whatever was needed for my team and for more importantly for Coach Jack because of the day. So we always say, let's win the day in practice and keeping, that purple ribbon that we're wearing, some of us are wearing on our shirts, in the back of my mind. It was to do whatever I could do to win the day.
Coach, as you yourself, one of the greatest players to ever wear this uniform, how would you describe DeAsia's place in terms of best players this place has ever seen?
Well, there's a person like me, but then you go up the ladder to the top, you find people like DeAsia. I'm not in the same ballpark as somebody like this young lady. She's different, she's special, she's one of the best players that ever played the game. I was just a player that played the best that came through here, and I just really am just so in awe and to be able to witness this on a daily basis. And I don't know why he chose me, but I must have done something pretty good. But me and DeAsia aren't in the same ballpark. She's in a stratosphere by herself.
As DeAsia was going through that first half and struggling to put the ball in the basket, what were your conversations like, and how did those conversations change throughout the game?
It started with just one word: fight, fight, fight on. You got this. And in halftime, I just talked to her about, I don't care if you throw the ball over the rim, you shoot the ball because we came here shooting it, we're going to leave here shooting it. And it's not about putting it in the hole, it's about you've earned the right to have the ball in your hand, to throw it in the air, for us to have a chance. And if you pass the ball, I'm going to sub you out. And she understood the assignment, and the ball started falling.
And as much as kind of the attention went to DeAsia, obviously Alyssa, we kind of touched on the game-winning basket along with Kyra. How important was their front court play again down the stretch?
We jumped on them hard at halftime. We were down 6 at halftime on the boards, and we said we make up those boards and surpass, we win the game. I think it's 40-37. We did that. And no matter how great D was or Georgia's defense is, if we don't get the rebound, we don't win the game. Our bigs are the most important, in my opinion. D can score 3,000 points, but you don't win games without your bigs coming to play. And, we really kept Kyra out for a lot in the first half. And so we knew that she had some legs underneath her, and I know she was pretty angry. I like when she plays mad, and when she plays mad, great things happen. So that was very important on those guys to do the rebounding part. Can't win without your bigs.
How much have you seen DeAsia grow from Buffalo to now? You've probably been recruiting her forever, but how much has she grown? What are you most impressed of with how she has developed?
It kind of solidified how I like to recruit. DeAsia wasn't recruited by a lot of people. I think it was Rochester Institute and us. And there was a call from big name schools one time or 2 times, but no one stayed in the race. And once we saw what we might have, we just really went after her academic side first, and then we kind of watched some basketball here and there. We didn't need to watch basketball our senior year. We just wanted to make certain we can get her into Buffalo. Not only did she get into Buffalo, she ended up leaving there with over a 3.0, and she's sustaining that here at Syracuse. To see her evolve into the cap that we are building here, the character piece, she what I say, I mean, and you got to mean what you say. She represents that on a daily basis. The academic piece, where we don't tell our kids to be the smartest kids, but be the best student that you can be. And her best wasn't a 2-point anything. Her best was always in the 3s, and she has honored that. And I give players a platform to tell their story. I'm not the best coach you're ever going to see, but I let my players play free, and her playing free got us over 3,000 points. So we might be onto something here. And I hope that, you know, if the recruits out there listening, you want to join somebody like this, this is what we build with. But if you're a great player and you don't have the substance of the character or the strength of a person that want to get themselves the best academic background, this is just not the place for you. This is where great people come to do great things.
Felicia, do you remember the time in recruiting when you saw her and you were like, I don't care. Like, I don't care that she's 5'4", I am taking her. And what was that moment?
Oh, it was the summer prior to her senior year. You have no idea. She had played in a tournament in Sewanee, Georgia, and then had to come back to near the airport, and I would be like a stalker. I'm at that game in Sewanee, like 45 minutes away with the traffic in Georgia, and I would drive all the way back to this game by the airport to watch her play, and the next day I'd do the same thing. And wherever she was, I was right there, and it was shocking. There was nobody at her court. It was like, what in the world? Am I dreaming this? I mean, when God has a plan for you, he sets it up perfectly. And so it wasn't a lot of competition. It was just me and a couple other cats that was watching other people, and they didn't really see how significant she can be. I don't look at size. I don't look at race. I don't look at rich or poor. I look at, can they play for me? And I knew she was tough. And that summer, I kept looking around and saying, this how the bleachers were. Me and by myself, or me and Coach Sharkey, and we just would giggle like, we can't ready to win the MAC championship again, man. And it was no fight. And I'm so excuse my language. I'm so freaking lucky to have somebody like this young lady. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but it made me swear Mom would not like that for sure. But I'm so blessed.
On defense?
Oh, her toughness on defense. Her ability to make pass that ball. The last thing she liked to do was shoot it. She wants to pass that thing. She wants to rebound that thing, but I tell her, if you don't shoot it, I got to sub you out.
Couple more questions for Andrew.
Coach, you've talked a little bit about having these fifth-year seniors down the stretch in big-time games, and down the stretch, there's only a few seconds left on the clock, and you have the ball in Deaja's hands. How confident are you in her to make the play, and then obviously to get the ball out of her hands to Alyssa to score that basketball?
100%. When Deaja has the ball, I think she's going to make the right decision all the time, even when she makes bad decisions. I just believe in her, and she knows I believe in her, and that's why she plays so free. So I'm just really a lucky lady.
Coach, you know, kind of going off of when you were first recruiting her, now fast forward to today, seeing her score that 3,000th career point. You know, being with her for the last 5 years, you know, what did today kind of mean for you as well, being the coach of her for the last 5 years? And, you know, how important was it for you to kind of see that progression really almost come full circle today?
You know, it was at her church. I went to her church, and before we got the job here at Syracuse, that pastor is amazing. And I just felt like I needed to have a conversation with Deaja. And I told her, I said, you can't stay here another year. I can't promise you that I won't be here because I don't have an opportunity anywhere else. I'm the head coach at University at Buffalo. You have to go. So this is your last year possibly playing for me. And we had our moment in the car, we cried, whatever. And then opportunity came for me to come down 90 to get the job here. It was like, oh yeah, we got it. Come on, D, get the car. She said, Coach, guess what? Everybody calling me. And I just said, you know, one thing that we're gonna do is honor your wings. We help you find your wings, and you fly wherever you wanna go. You can fly away, you still got me, you can fly home. And so that first time she could transfer I was calling her father like every hour. I'm like, what is she doing? And I just say, oh, don't worry about it, D. What she's doing, you know? It was that like little heckle and jive thing, and but she decided to stay. But the second time people came again, she just came to my office right away. She said, Coach, listen, just make it make sense. Make it make sense that I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to leave this opportunity to be your player and you my coach. And so the second time was a lot easier, but to be able to have someone believe in you so much, you just don't want to mess it up. You don't want to mess it up. She never asked what we can do in NIL. We just made it make sense for her. And whatever we've given her clearly is not enough, because this young lady is incredible.
Coach, out of your 30-plus wins you've had now in your head coaching career. What does this rank based on just the circumstances of today?
Well, this is always special when we play, and I can honor my mother. Last year was special too, and then you couple that with what DeAsia has done and what Georgia has done defensively to help us get to the point to have an opportunity. What Kyra has done, and Alyssa, you know, they're all up top. You know, I'm with some special young ladies, and I'm so grateful and humbled. You know, sometimes you just ask God to just give you what you deserve, and He just kind of shatters the glass and gives you way more. And I'm just so grateful and humbled that today is the day that we're celebrating, and tomorrow is the day that we look forward to with anticipation. Thank you so much for all you guys do for women's basketball.